Hello, Nicholas here. It's been a while. I dropped an audio. Um, Today I want us to talk about drought in freelancing, right? This is something that every freelancer would experience. As long as they are freelancing, you would definitely experience this. Unless maybe you're doing a 9 to 5 and you're freelancing on the side like a hobby. Even at that, you will experience it, but you will not feel the effect. But for people like us who are freelancers to the core, um, drought is something that comes and you don't plan for it. Like, I remember when I first started freelancing 2018, 2019, and I experienced drought for the first time. I wanted to go crazy. Now, you might be asking, what do I mean by drought? Drought is a situation whereby you are making money, like you are having clients reach out to you for projects and you're delivering projects. In fact, it gets to the point whereby you even start turning down projects because you cannot handle all of them. And all of a sudden, you've delivered all those projects and boom, the clients disappear. You no longer see any clients. And when I mean it's not like a 1 week thing, it can happen for like 2 months, 3 months. I'll be wondering what's going on. Like all the clients just go away, there is no client anymore, everybody is normally they reach out to you. Now you'll be wondering what's going on. So it does happen. It may not happen it doesn't happen frequently, so maybe you will not experience it in a year. In the next year you experience it, so sometimes you can even experience it twice in a year depending on your client base, right? So it does, even up till now, with how advanced I am in freelancing, I still do experience it till today sometimes. And so it's not something that is stuck with just newbies or people who are just joining the freelancing game, right? It's something that has always been. So how do you handle this? When I first experienced it, I handled it all the wrong ways possible. This is where all those clients that would disturb your life, this is where they bust in. Like the clients that are going to be as cheap as possible, do not want to pay, do not want to, do not see the value of your services. It's during this drought you start seeing them, and you fall into the trap of taking their projects. Because when you are busy, when you have clients, you can easily ignore them because obviously you're busy and there are people willing to pay for your service. But when you are in a drought, you'll be like, I'm not doing anything now, let me take it. The answer is no. The answer is no. I want this to stick into the back of your head because I used to fall for this trap so many times. Now, the real thing to do is very difficult and it is a long term plan. But from my experience so far, it is the best approach. Like you're not going to go wrong with this approach, right? And that is building your own projects. Whenever you are in a drought, that is your opportunity to escape the rat race of freelancing, because freelancing is in some sort of way, it's kind of like a rat race. And your goal is to use the money you're making from freelancing as seed capital into your own business so that you would be able to build your own business. You're not going to still go away from freelancing, but at that point, when your business is taking care of your daily needs, freelancing becomes more enjoyable. You can say no, you can say yes. You work on a project because you want to work on a project and not because you don't have any other option, right? So this is something you need to take note of. It's very, very, very important. Now, whenever you're experiencing the drought, like I said earlier on, that is the time to work on your own project. Save all the money you'll be making when you are building and use it to pay for your lifestyle. That is why it's good when you are starting out as a freelancer to reduce your lifestyle, the money you spend every month, because it would help you a lot as you journey in this world of freelancing. Now, when you start working on your own project, ensure you're working on projects not just for fun, but projects that can generate revenue. It is very important because I do see a lot of freelancers work on projects. They spend months on a project, and I'll ask them, how do you intend to make money from this? And they'll tell me they don't know. So that already is already a waste of time, right? You're not building software just to have fun like I like the thing, I want to just see what it does. No, you have to figure out, okay, how does this make money? How does this better the lives of people that are going to use it? Would people that are using it, would it add value to them? Is there going to be any form of appreciation because you developed it, right? So that should be the goal. You can spend a week figuring this out. Once you figure it out, you start working on it, right? And once you work on it, the first thing you should put out there is your integration to payments, how people should pay you for that service. And obviously, you will now start having to learn marketing and all that. But to be very frank with you, whenever you're in a drought, the thing that should come to your head is, what can I develop that is mine? Because in all this time, you've been developing for other people. Think of it this way, like a civil engineer that has been building houses for people but does not have his own house, right? It sounds absurd that as a civil engineer, you spend 10 years building houses for people, doing construction, you are well known, but you've not built your own house, the own house where you're going to live in. You haven't built it. So that is not right, right? So think of it that way, and you see that what I'm trying to say makes total sense. So as a software engineer, you are building software projects for other people. You need to have your own, that is your own, that you can manage, that would bring in revenue and is not just for fun, right? So that is what to use the drought for, because you will eventually face a drought. Like it happens to the best of us. Like I've not had any discussion with a freelancer before who has done this for a while, who has not experienced drought once or twice, right? And it comes when you least expect it. When you least expect it is when it arrives, and but that is your sign to build your own project. So that's all I have to say for today. Thank you very much, and bye bye.